The story of Brussels begins in the 10th century. Charles, Duke of Lower Lorraine, established a fortress on a small island in the Senne River. This was a strategic location. The river provided natural protection, and the surrounding marshes made access difficult for enemies. This humble fortress marked the birth of Brussels. The settlement grew slowly at first. It was a place of refuge and defense. People sought safety within its walls. Over time, a small community developed. They built homes and workshops. The fortress gradually transformed into a village. Life in early Brussels was simple but challenging. The people relied on the river for transport and trade. They farmed the surrounding land. The fortress remained a constant reminder of the uncertain times. Yet even then, the seeds of Brussels' future growth were being sown. The city's strategic location and resilient spirit would lay the foundation for its future prominence. By the 12th century, Brussels was no longer a sleepy village. Its strategic location on trade routes proved vital. It became a major center for trade. Merchants flocked to its bustling markets. The city prospered. One industry in particular fueled Brussels' growth: textiles. The city's artisans became renowned for their craftsmanship. They produced luxurious fabrics. Wool, linen, and silk flowed through the city. Wealth poured in. This prosperity led to ambitious construction projects. The Grand Place, Brussels' central square, began to take shape. Guild halls with their ornate facades lined the square. These buildings stood as testaments to the city's wealth and the power of its guilds. The Grand Place became a symbol of Brussels' growing importance, a vibrant hub of commerce and civic life. The 16th century marked a turning point for Brussels. The city became the capital of the Spanish Netherlands. This brought great prestige but also turmoil. The Reformation swept through Europe. Brussels found itself at the heart of the religious conflict. The Spanish rulers, staunch Catholics, clashed with the city's Protestant population. Tensions rose. The iconic Grand Place, once a symbol of prosperity, became the stage for religious persecution. The situation escalated into open revolt. Brussels joined other Dutch cities in fighting for independence. The city endured sieges and hardship. The conflict left its mark on Brussels. The city's spirit of resilience would see it through these dark times. The 18th century ushered in a period of renewal for Brussels. Empress Maria Theresa of Austria, who ruled the Austrian Netherlands, took an interest in the city. She ordered extensive urban improvements. Her goal was to modernize Brussels and enhance its prestige. New boulevards and public squares were constructed. The city walls were torn down, making way for expansion. Parks and gardens were created, providing green spaces for residents. Maria Theresa's vision transformed Brussels into a more beautiful and livable city. These improvements, however, did not erase all of Brussels' troubles. The French Revolutionary Wars brought new challenges. Brussels was occupied by French forces. Despite the upheaval, Maria Theresa's legacy of urban renewal endured, shaping the city's future development. Section 5. Revolution and Rebirth, a new nation, a new capital. The 19th century was a time of profound change for Brussels. The Belgian Revolution of 1830 led to the country's independence from the Netherlands. Brussels was chosen as the capital of the newly formed nation. This marked the beginning of a new chapter in the city's history. Becoming a national capital brought both challenges and opportunities. Brussels needed to adapt quickly to its new role. Government buildings were established, infrastructure was improved. The city experienced a surge in population and economic activity. Amidst these changes, Brussels underwent a period of modernization. King Leopold II, known for his ambitious urban planning, played a key role. He envisioned transforming Brussels into a grand European capital. His vision would shape the city's landscape for decades to come. Section 6. A capital transformed urban renewal and modernization. Under King Leopold II's reign, Brussels underwent a dramatic transformation. Wide boulevards, inspired by Parisian avenues, were carved through the city. Grand public buildings, such as the Palace of Justice and the Royal Museums of Fine Arts, were constructed. Parks and gardens, including the Cinquantenaire Park, were created, providing green spaces amidst the urban sprawl. Leopold II's projects, while impressive, were not without controversy. His ambitious plans came at a cost. Public funds were heavily invested in urban renewal. Some critics argued that the projects benefited the wealthy at the expense of the working class. Despite the controversies, Leopold II's vision left an enduring mark on Brussels. The city's grand boulevards, impressive architecture, and green spaces are a testament to his ambitious urban planning. Brussels had become a modern European capital. Section 7. The World Wars, Conflict and Resilience. The 20th century brought new challenges to Brussels in the form of two world wars. During both conflicts, the city was occupied by German forces. The occupations brought hardship and suffering to the city's residents. Food shortages, forced labor, and the constant threat of violence became part of daily life. Despite the hardships, the spirit of resistance burned brightly in Brussels. Underground networks provided aid and support to those in need. Acts of defiance, both large and small, demonstrated the city's refusal to be broken. The two world wars left their mark on Brussels, both physically and emotionally. Yet the city also demonstrated remarkable resilience, emerging from the conflicts with the determination to rebuild and move forward. Section 8. Post-war recovery, a city rebuilt. After the devastation of World War II, Brussels faced the daunting task of rebuilding. The city lay in ruins, its infrastructure shattered, its economy in tatters. The scars of war were everywhere, yet the people of Brussels were determined to restore their city to its former glory. With the help of international aid and the indomitable spirit of its citizens, Brussels slowly began to recover. Damaged buildings were repaired or reconstructed. New housing and infrastructure were built to accommodate a growing population. The economy gradually revived. The post-war period also saw Brussels embrace a new role on the world stage. The city's central location in Europe and its multilingual character made it an ideal choice to host international organizations. The decision to locate the headquarters of the European Economic Community, the precursor to the European Union in Brussels, would prove to be a pivotal moment in the city's history. Section 9. The Heart of Europe, Brussels and the European Union. The establishment of the EEC headquarters in Brussels in the 1950s marked the beginning of a new chapter in the city's history. Brussels gradually transformed into the de facto capital of the European Union. The arrival of EU institutions brought a wave of diplomats, officials and lobbyists to the city. The EU's presence had a profound impact on Brussels. The city became a hub of international diplomacy and decision-making. New office buildings, conference centres and residential areas were constructed to accommodate the growing EU presence. Brussels' economy thrived as businesses catering to the needs of the EU flourished. The influx of people from across Europe also transformed the city's social and cultural fabric. Brussels became a melting pot of cultures, languages and perspectives. The city's cosmopolitan atmosphere and international outlook are a testament to its role as the heart of Europe. Section 10. A global city culture, cuisine and cosmopolitanism. Today, Brussels is a vibrant global city, a centre of culture, cuisine and international diplomacy. Its streets are a tapestry of languages and cultures, a reflection of its history as a crossroads of trade and ideas. The city offers a unique blend of old-world charm and modern sophistication. Visitors to Brussels can explore its rich history through its well-preserved architecture, From the medieval grandeur of the Grand Place to the Art Nouveau masterpieces of Victor Horta. The city's museums, including the Royal Museums of Fine Arts and the Magritte Museum, showcase a wealth of artistic treasures. Brussels is also a culinary paradise, renowned for its waffles, chocolate and beer. From Michelin-starred restaurants to cozy pubs, the city offers a diverse gastronomic experience. Whether strolling through its historic squares, indulging in its culinary delights, or soaking up its international atmosphere, visitors to Brussels are sure to be enchanted by this dynamic and ever-evolving city.